Salutare tuturor și bine ați venit la episodul cu numărul 11 din seria Come Deliverance 2. În episodul trecut am fost la nunta fiului lordului Semin, la care ar fi trebuit să vină și Van Berghoff și noi să putem vorbi cu el, să-i spunem cine suntem și de ce am venit, doar că acesta n-a apărut și cumva toată situația s-a dus așa de râpă, am fost arestați, lordul Hans Capon urmează să fie executat pentru braconaj. Noi ne-au dat drumul aici, prin curtea castelului, să muncim. Chipurile să ne câștigăm existența. Doar că noi trebuie să vorbim cu Thomas, care este capitanul gărzii castelului, fiindcă el ne poate recunoaște și poate să confirme că noi suntem, de fapt, mesageri din Ratai, pentru că ne-am întâlnit cu el la începutul jocului. Doar că singurul inconvenient e că el ar fi grav bolnav, sau grav rănit, de fapt. Și nu știu dacă să fie conștient, ca să zic așa, să ne poată ajuta. Și nu mai zic că trebuie să îl salvăm pe Hans. Și cred că mai avem 11 bătăi de clopot până va fi executat. Deci suntem cumva contratimp. Așa că hai să cărăm sacii ăștia, să vedem ce se întâmplă în continuare. Hai să vedem dacă avem ceva și în inventar. Bun, deci nu avem nimic în inventar, decât hainele astea de cerșetor. Hai să vedem, cred că e dimineață. Nu ne lasă să vedem cât e ceasul. Nu-mi dau seama dacă e seară sau dimineață. Ar fi ideal să fie seară, ca să putem să ne furișăm pe aici prin castel pe timpul nopții. Nu te pot tipul ăsta ce stă pe aici. Pierde vremea degeaba. Nu știu dacă am face cumva rost de un set de armură de gardian. Mă gândesc că am putea trece neobservați pe aici. Bine, asta până ne ia cineva la întrebări.
Mind your own business.
Asta ce face aici? Nu prea muncește, să stă ascuns aici. Nu o să ne lasă să intrăm acolo. Asta e clar.
Lots of guests. Not enough pretty girls for my liking. It's a lot better here in Prosky.
Let's hope the bride doesn't hear you. She might take offense.
But for sure, Chamberlain Ulrich hasn't got it easy. He's got all sorts of worries. Sir Otto travels a lot, so he's got to do a lot of stuff on his behalf.
Whatever worries he has, a fella treats folks like dirt. It ain't no wonder they get upset.
That's that.
Stai un pic să mă umblăm la sensitivitate, că era cam mare, sincer.
I finished hauling the sacks. What now?
How should I know? They told me to think up some job for you, so you wouldn't be idle. So if you want to pass the time, go ahead, but do it sensibly.
Well, if you really don't have anything for me, I'll just idle around then.
Sigur că o să stăm degeaba.
None of that. Only, what to do with you? I've only got work in the forge, and that's a craft, an art, you could say.
Da, aprinde bine să stăm degeaba,
So, I
sincer.
don't know.
Ca să putem să găsim o
suppose I'll go and
modalitate
see
de a ne
what I can
infiltra
find to
în
do.
You can go
Maiden,
down
cum
to
se
the
numește
lower
acest
gate.
turn.
Calder's building a gallows there.
Ia să
You can
verific
see if the
quest-ul
fool is
cu armura
doing
lui
it properly.
Brunswick, pentru că era menționată Maiden în ghicitoarea aia.
All right. That sounds like something I can't do without.
Asta e așa. Take your leave of Crown and Maiden. Bun. Deci ăsta trebuie să fie Maiden. Zice că în mijlocul nopții. Ia să mai citim o dată. Take your leave of Crown and Maiden standing tall behind the gates. Boldly go towards through midnight in caverns called your prince awaits. Deci, din ce îmi dau seama, trebuie să o luăm, să ieșim pe poartă din Troscoi. Îi zice True Midnight. True Midnight ar trebui să fie la ora 12, deci mă face să cred că e nord. E doar o bănuială, sincer. Da, o să încercăm, de ce nu? O să mergem în nord. Zice ceva și de pădure, deci asta ar putea fi pădurea. Și trebuie să găsim niște peșteri ceva aici. Mă gândesc, o să încercăm,
I'm sorry.
o să fac un episod în care o să încerc să găsesc armura. Bine, sunt sigur că există multe videouri pe YouTube în care alții au găsit-o, pentru că jocul s-a lansat de aproape o lună, doar că nu prea am avut eu timp să mă joc.
I'm sorry.
E chiar destul de frumoasă locația asta, sincer să fiu. Îmi place cum arată. Așa, trebuie să vorbim cu
How did
cineva
it go?
aici, dar nu știu
I
cu
went to
cine.
see him, but he threw me out. And you were surprised. It was just a simple misunderstanding.
Bollocks a misunderstanding. You made a fool of yourself.
Ăsta
Greetings.
are nume.
What brings you here so early in the morning?
Deci e
I
dimineața.
was told to come and ask you for a job.
Nice timing. Do you know anything about carpentry?
No, but I'd be glad to
Ah,
learn.
trebuia să
That ain't
iau,
worth a
aleg
damn to
opțiunea
me if I have
cealaltă.
to teach you. Good tools is more what I need. I got the job of fixing up this here scaffold, so it don't collapse when we hang that poacher.
O să ne prefacem
But
că
the
nu ne
whole
pricepem
thing
la
is
nimic.
fucked. I need a good carpenter's axe. There's one broadaxe in the shed, but it's as blunt as a file. Of course, Osina didn't find time all year to hone the thing.
I could help you with that.
You could.
Hai să-l ajutăm cu securea.
Well, that'd be
Poate o să
great.
ne spună cum putem
Go
să
and get it
intrăm
from the
în
shed.
Maiden.
Sharpen it
În
and
turn,
bring it
adică
back to me.
Sure
Maiden
thing.
înseamnă fecioară, așa că nu sună
I'm
prea
sorry.
bine dacă e să o spunem. Că trebuie să o ascuțim.
Can't get any better than
Cred că e
this.
suficient. O, 100%, nice. Adevărul e că Henry se și pricepe, doar e fiul unui fierar, adică
Here it is. Hope it's good.
Sharp as a skinning knife. Nice. Without your help, the scaffold could well collapse under that poacher. And nobody wants that.
And then the execution would be postponed.
I doubt it. We're not going to make a show out of it like they do in Prague. But someone would have to get their hands dirty, and no one fancies that.
Understandably.
Anyway, thanks. I can't afford to fuck things up today. The Chamberlain is as tetchy as the devil.
Isn't he always?
Yeah, but even more today. Anna the laundress said he's got bellyache. Everyone is avoiding him like the plague.
Uh-huh. Would you happen to know how I can get into the Maiden?
And what would you want in there?
I want to pray in the chapel. And they don't want to let me in.
The chapel, eh? Well, I'll be damned. I know one hand by the name of Binyek that wanted into the castle too, but for a damn different reason.
What was Binyek after in the castle?
A certain buxom chambermaid who wouldn't give him what he was after in the hay and wanted a fine feather bed.
Ok.
And did he succeed? In getting in, I mean.
Aye, he did. He climbed down into the well in the courtyard. See, there's caves under Torsky, and the well ain't actually a well, but an underground pool in one of them caves. And from there, you can get to the dungeons, and then into the Maiden.
Oh, he sounds bold.
Oh, aye, but they still caught him and gave him a whipping. And when they found out how he done it, they took the cleats out of the well wall.
What does that mean?
That the next Binyek would have to jump in and not climb down. I wouldn't fancy that.
Indeed. I'll be going.
I've got to get back to work too. Take care, friend.
Deci trebuie să intrăm printr-o fântână, doar că va trebui să sărim.
Can I help you?
O, da, nu putem să intrăm pe nicăieri pe aici.
What do you think you're doing?
No, I can't hide now. They're looking straight at me.
Uite, ne putem ascunde într-o sură aia. Interesant. Interesant, da.
Never mind. Strange.
Blacksmith, where is he now?
Ok. Am intrat undeva. Doar că s-ar putea să ne prindă.
Fool of a blacksmith.
Cum trecem noi de gardieni ăștia? Nici nu putem salva, asta e chestia.
That miserable blacksmith. Where
The
is he
second
now?
toll for hands. What's the matter, good wife? Why are you standing here grumbling?
Because of that damn blacksmith. I'm waiting here for him like for Judgment Day. The lock on my spice chest is stuck, and Sir Otto will be back any time. How am I to bake gingerbread without ginger, eh?
Can I help you somehow?
No, unless you can pick a lock. And decent folk don't know how to do that.
I know how to do it, but first I have to get tools for it.
All right, I'll wait here. Another while won't kill me.
Ok, am găsit lockpick.
So I got what I needed, and we can get to it. Where's that chest?
It's in the castle cellars. Follow me. My time is precious, seeing as how his lordship will be back any time.
Yeah, but I'm not allowed there. I was told to stay in the courtyard.
Never mind that. You go in with me and you're helping me. Come along.
Ok, asta speram să se întâmple.
What a day. I burned the rue in the morning, and then the girl told me we're out of venison. I don't know what that gamekeeper's up to again. Actually, I do know, and it ain't nothing good. And now this. 3 years that lock is broken, and 3 years that good-for-nothing has been promising to fix it. But no. After all, I'm just a stupid cook fanker who's always nagging and won't leave anyone in peace. But if I didn't nag, there'd be nothing done in this godforsaken castle. You have to kick people's asses here to even get them out of bed in the morning. The lazy bones. Pfui!
Nu suntem în turnul care trebuie, sincer.
Here it is, that damn chest. 3 years I've been telling him. God's truth. Thank you kindly, young man. If you want to get a bite to eat, stop by the kitchen.
Ok. Hai să ne spălăm, să urcăm în bucătărie.
How am I to make that gingerbread? I'll bet it was that ninny Dorka who took it. Why do I even bother? Take care then.
Adică nu se ia nimeni de noi. Nu, nu, închide ușa la loc. Nu știu dacă e direcția bună pe aici. Nu pare să fie nimeni acolo, dar...
The third toll. I better get moving.
I heard it coming from here.
E că nu le-a văzut. E bine asta. Bun, cred că ne îndreptăm în direcția potrivită. Uite ce priveliște frumoase e aici. Dar cum a făcut Henry? Uite. A ieșit cumva în afară. Nicodemus, opa. Thomas.
I apologize.
Nu putem vorbi cu el. Hai să vorbim cu femeia asta care are grijă de el.
Pardon me for disturbing you, miss.
If you want to pray, go somewhere else. The chapel is closed. Unless you're a priest. Which I presume you're not.
No, I'm not. My name is Henry.
I'm Adela, Thomas's sister. What is it you want, Henry?
I need to talk to your brother.
No chance of that. He's been lying in a fever for 3 days, and the surgeon is away with Sir Otto. Unless he returns soon, Thomas won't be talking to anyone ever again.
What actually happened to him?
They were attacked by bandits by the pond. His mare, Arrow, brought him home. He was completely out of it. And little wonder, the way he was hacked up. If the surgeon was here, he'd be in his care. Some of his wounds have healed, but now he has a fever. He's been bedridden for 3 days.
I'm sorry. Oh, Christ. But this is a matter of life and death. Thomas is the only one who can testify to what happened.
Yes, it's a matter of life and death for my brother. I want him to rest. Besides which, he's delirious and can't tell you anything.
Maybe I could help somehow?
The only one who can help now is the priest. And I don't want to sound gloomy, but all he can do is pray too. Just the same as me.
Where's the physician?
He's with Lord von Berghoff. When Thomas started to get feverish, he left some concoction for him. He was only meant to be gone for a while. But it seems they got stuck somewhere. I don't know. Anyway, the concoction ran out, and we don't have any other physician here.
I actually know a bit about medicine.
Ia să vedem, putem noi să-l ajutăm pe Thomas.
You don't really look the part.
All you have to do is tell me what's in it.
If I knew that, I'd have brewed it myself. Not even our surgeon knows. He does everything according to his books. He uses some medical manuscript, whether he's treating people or livestock.
And where is this book?
How should I know? Probably in his chambers, in the crone.
I'll have a look there then.
But no one is allowed there.
I'll figure it out somehow.
Why do you want to help us?
As I said, I need to talk to Thomas.
That's all.
You've no idea how much. If he ended up in hell, I'd have to go there after him. I made a promise.
To who?
Well, to a certain poacher.
What?
Never mind. The main thing is, I'll help you.
Yes, you're right.
I'll get going then. I don't have much time, and neither does Thomas.
Go. And thank you.
E ok, deci trebuie să-l ajutăm pe Thomas să-și revină. Dar pentru asta trebuie să-i aducem un medicament. Medicament ce se află în turnul numit Crown, care e tocmai în celălalt capăt al castelului. Nu cred că o să ne fie ușor, dar hai să vedem. Aș vrea să fac misiunea asta cât mai stealthy. Oh, nice! Pe confisc astea. Asta nu poate fi furat. Trebuie să coborâm, dar va trebui să avem grijă că avem tot felul de gardieni pe traseu. Și din păcate nu avem niciun savior schnapps ca să mai salvăm și noi din când în când. Asta nu vrea să se miște de aici?
The fourth bell. What?
Opa!
You still resisting? Christ, you don't fight the guards, you will. You surrender to them. Useless. Take that, you shits. You still resisting? You're not here, you crook. You don't fight the guards, you will. You surrender to them. Wake up. You're not here, you crook.
On your feet! Did you want to knock me out and then rob me? You'd better beg for mercy, because if you don't, I'll make sure the executioner doesn't spare the rod.
You know what? I was just getting started. I'm in a really bad temper today. If I were you, I'd stay out of my way.
Shut your trap, you scoundrel! I won't be intimidated by a coward like you. Pay up!
Piss off!
Mai încercăm o dată. De data asta nu o să-l mai atacăm.
On the right, Yannick.
Did I imagine it? I heard it coming from here.
Nothing, I suppose.
The fourth bell.
What was that?
What's that?
Nici n-am putut să vorbesc până aici. O să continuăm. Va trebui să ne grăbim, nu prea avem timp de pierdut. Cred că e un gardian de cealaltă parte a ușii.
The bell's ringing for hands the 5th time.
Știu, dar nu prea știu încotro să o iau, sincer. Aud un gardian pe aici undeva.
You? What in God's name are you doing here?
I was about to ask you the same question.
Hai să vedem cine e Catherine asta.
Who are you, actually?
Me? I'm just cleaning here.
Asta e tipa aia de la lac de acolo.
We both know you're lying. The question is, why?
Says someone who was just sitting in a jail cell and will end up right back there if anyone calls the guards on him.
You know I was locked up? For such an uncaring girl, your interest is a bit suspicious.
Right. I spend the whole day following you and the arrogant fool around, spying on you.
That's exactly what I think.
Well, think again.
What's your name?
What's it to you?
I'm Henry.
Well, that's nice for you.
And you are?
I already told you. I'm a maid here.
And what were you doing at the pond, then?
I thought we straightened that out the last time you bothered me. I have no idea what you're talking about. You!
I need help.
Who doesn't? I still have to clean out all the fireplaces in the Crown. Do you know how many there are?
Nu prea vrea să vorbească cu noi.
I don't know or care. I have to find medicine for Captain
Ar trebui,
Thomas.
pentru că era prietenă cu Thomas, să ne ajute, mă gândesc, că Thomas a salvat-o atunci la lac.
I brought water to him in the tower. And I can tell you he is beyond help. That poor sister of his.
Well, you look like you know your way around here. Maybe you can help me.
Why should I?
Because we're birds of a feather.
How do you mean?
Well, let's just say we both go where we shouldn't be going and take things that don't belong to us.
Oh, really? You must be mixing me up with someone. I just clean up here. And you don't look like someone who knows much.
Really? Didn't you lose a comb by any chance?
What? How did you...
How? I know a thing or two. So, do you believe me?
That was pretty good, I have to admit. And now give it back to me.
As you wish. And now I'm sure you'll be very happy to help me.
All right. If it's medicine you're after...
Este un pieptene de care avea nevoie Catherine, aparent.
There's all sorts of junk there, but there's one chest where he puts stuff that he hasn't used up. He locks it carefully, but you might get lucky.
And what if there's nothing interesting for me in there?
Then tough luck. But you can go and have a
Zice să
look at his records.
căutăm în
That
cufăr
crackpot
acolo,
writes down
în camera de
everything he
alături.
does.
Dacă am înțeles eu
Maybe he
bine.
gave someone something that might be of interest to you.
All right. Thanks.
And now get out of my way. Simple maid like me has lots of work to do in this castle.
Este că avem un singur lockpick. citim cartea asta, aparent. Thomas. Nu văd niciun Thomas pe aici. Hai să vedem că aici zice că ar fi. Uf. Hai să încercăm să deschidem cufărul ăsta, da. Hai că uite, ne-a ieșit. Bun, am găsit poțiunea, e ok. Trebuie să ne întoarcem din nou la Thomas, probabil. Am rămas și fără lockpick. Da, nu-i problemă că am găsit ce aveam nevoie. Hai să vedem dacă avem și o poțiune de Savior Schnapps ceva. Hai, uite, avem una. Așa, să salvăm că în cazul în care ne prinde vreun gardian.
Strange.
Uite că nu ne-a văzut nimeni. Ce era să ne vadă ăsta?
This place is off limits.
Da, naiba, ne-a văzut. Mai încercăm o dată.
What's that? I must be mad.
Hai că ăsta nu mai e aici, da. Vine încoa. Nu e bine, nu e bine, nu e bine.
The sixth bell. Half the time is up.
E greu să fii mereu într-o situație așa tensionată.
What's that sound? I heard it here. Did I imagine it?
Did you get it?
Yeah.
It will have to
repede.
be diluted. His fever is getting worse. If this doesn't work, I don't think he'll last long.
Sper să funcționeze. Eu zic că nu e al 12-lea clopot, pentru că tocmai ce a fost al 6-lea. Ce frumos e aici. Nu cred că îl execută pe Hans. N-are cum să-l execute, pentru că trebuie să se întâlnească cu Godwin.
I urge you all to be vigilant. These days we have all sorts of vagabonds, drifters, outlaws and bandits roaming the country. And we have one of those vermin here today. A fella called Hans, who is clearly not right in the head. A dangerous madman, a brawler, and a thug, the worst of all, a poacher. And so, for the damages he caused to our dear Lord Otto von Berghoff, he is sentenced to be hanged by the neck until dead.
You can't execute this man. He's a noble. Captain Thomas here will testify that we're messengers from Ratoi.
What is this nonsense, for Christ's
Ce
sake?
bine că a venit Henry.
I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein.
Deal with it, for God's sake!
But sir, the captain!
Captain Thomas has a fever. He's clearly delirious. Seize them immediately.
You can't do this! I am a nobleman, do you hear? A noble! Get your hands off me! You can't do this!
Open the gates!
Ăsta cred că e Otto von Berghoff.
My lord.
What the hell is going on?
It was just a... It's a hanging.
You can't hang him. He's a noble.
That's for me to judge. Take him down! And for Christ's sake, help me of this
Ce bine
horse!
că a venit bătrânelul, că eu sper că n-a murit.
You may enter. His lordship is expecting you.
Pare că și-a revenit.
So, you're messengers from Ratai, huh? I was wondering when someone would turn up. All right, then. Let's hear it.
My respects, Sir Otto. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, and this is Henry of Skalitz, my escort.
Welcome to Trotsky, gentlemen. I'd greet you standing up as befits, but I'm glad I can even sit at the moment.
I heard you were ambushed by outlaws.
You heard right. Those bastards did a job on me. And I got out luckier than most. Almost all the others were killed, including my page and my surgeon. So there is no one here to heal me, and I will have to inform poor Albert's father that his son died in my service.
I hope your health will soon be restored, sir.
We shall see. But now, you tell me what happened here in Herrgottsnamen. Why did my chamberlain try to hang you, Lord Capon?
In truth, the welcome we got from your Master Chamberlain was somewhat... how shall I put it?
Sir, we came to your castle in a state of desperation. Your chamberlain had the guards empty excrement on my lord's head and beat him without hearing us out. You were still at the castle then, and if he'd let us see you, maybe you wouldn't have left and wouldn't have been ambushed. And if that wasn't enough, when he had Sir Hans arrested,
Ulrich
he
este un
refused to
nemernic,
believe who he
trebuie
was,
să scăpăm de
even though
el.
not only I told him, but your Captain Thomas too.
I must say you have courage, youngster. But I expect I would also be in such a foul mood if the same had happened to me.
Sir!
Best be quiet, Ulrich. We will talk about that another time. And I apologize to you for that unpleasantness. At least it ended better than it might have. Anyway, let us leave this misunderstanding aside and get to the point. As far as I'm aware, Ratai showed no interest in negotiations before, either with me or with the League of Lords.
True. Our houses have thus far stood on opposite sides.
I should say so. Attacking Brno and Jihlava together with that renegade Sokol of Lemberg hardly inspired our sympathy.
But we can all point the finger. Your League of Lords, on the other hand, abducted the king, although I don't doubt your reasons, just as Sir Hanush did.
We certainly had. The main one being that your Wenzel is an irresponsible drunkard and idler who is hurting the Empire by his inactivity. But let us leave that aside. Tell me, what does Sir Hanush have on his mind? I am all ears.
Unfortunately, during the ambush, we lost the letter we were carrying, so you'll have to make do with my word of mouth.
All right. Go ahead and speak.
In brief, Sir Hanush, Sir Radzig, and other lords
Sper
take
să
the
nu
view that
trebuiască
the
să zic
situation
ceva din
has got
scrisoarea aia,
out
că
of
nu mai
control.
știu ce a zis.
And that's of no benefit to anyone in Bohemia, neither Wenceslas's supporters or the League of Lords. King Sigismund's actions will not lead to instilling greater order than under King Wenceslas. Quite the contrary.
Let us say that maybe. What arises from it?
Sir Hanush and the other lords on our side are interested in knowing what the stance of the League of Lords is at this moment, and whether they haven't perhaps reevaluated some things.
In other words, whether I might betray Sigismund.
If anyone's a traitor, it's Sigismund, Lord von Berghoff.
Henry!
That's all right, Lord Capon. Your escort speaks from the heart. I respect that. But the question of traitors is a more complex one. Is not a monarch who neglects his responsibilities to his realm more a traitor than one who wants to put it to rights? Or do you regard your Wenzel as a good king?
No, you're right. The more I hear about Wenceslas, the less regard I have for him.
Nonetheless, Sir Hanush and Sir Radzik are right. There is disorder and anarchy in the land. Bandits riding roughshod all over. As we all know, to our cost.
We've had plenty of experience of that at home too, sir. Only a short time ago we had to deal with a similar band.
Then you will surely understand that before I begin debating who would be the better king, I must sweep my own doorstep. Only I'm damned if I know how to do that, since those bastards have wiped out half of my garrison, including my captain.
If I may be so bold, sir, you're not the only one. We also have a score to settle with them, so Henry and I will gladly help you.
Is that so? Now that is what I call the words of a knight, Sir Hans.
Right now, we've got a common enemy. So we have common interests, too.
So then, sir, may we be of assistance to you?
Indeed, you may. Perhaps in the end we may really find some common ground. I need to muster sufficient reserves to deal with those outlaws once and for all. I'm summoning my vassals here to Trotsky. And since I don't have many men left to send as messengers, I will gladly accept your help.
Just say the word, sir. Where should we go?
You'll go to Nebakov, a small castle, or rather a fortress among the cliffs. The yeoman there, Jaromir Nebak, is an old hardhat and may not be very willing to fulfill his obligations. It would be useful if an eloquent noble like yourself visited him to explain him clearly why I need his whole garrison.
We'll take care of it, sir. Count on us.
All right. We'll head out as soon as possible. Let's not delay our diplomatic mission unnecessarily.
Very well. I think that is all for now. The Chamberlain will show you where you can put your heads down, and he will supply you with horses. And once we have resolved this little digression, we shall talk about your own mission.
Thank you, sir.
May I ask something, Sir Otto?
Oh. Ask away, young man.
When you were ambushed, did you see those bandits? Would you recognize any of them?
Henry, don't start with that again.
Why do you ask?
The thing is, when we were ambushed, I believe I saw among them one of the men we ran up against at home.
Oh. What did he look like? Do you know his name?
He's called Istvan Toth, a Hungarian noble. He wears black armor, a stocky fella, around 40.
I've already told you that's nonsense. How would he be here? You only saw him from a distance, from behind. You're imagining it.
And why does this Toth interest you, young man?
He was the leader of a band that made trouble for us in Sasau. And he has something that belongs to me.
Ah, interesting. Interesting. But I must disappoint you. I saw no one of that description.
Thank you, sir. And sorry. I had to ask.
I understand. And now I shall entrust you to the care of Ulrich here. And I shall look forward to the good tidings you bring me from Nebakov. Go with God, gentlemen.
Thank you for everything, sir. The Lord be with you.
There will be time enough yet for social niceties. Now there are more practical matters to deal with. Sir Otto has generously agreed to accommodate Lord Capon in one of his chambers. And you, Henry, shall also be accommodated, as befits your station. There, your equipment shall also be returned to you, and you'll find your horse in the stable. Nevertheless, his lordship takes the view that, as a noble's escort, you should have a befitting mount. And therefore he has kindly decided that you may take one of our horses, if you so wish. Follow me.
Ok, hai să-l urmărim pe Ulrich. Sau să-l urmăm, de fapt, nu-l urmărim. Să vedem unde este camera noastră.
Allow me to...
Hold on, Sir Ulrich. If you think everything is settled between us, and we're going to act like nothing happened, then you're mistaken.
Sir?
You were going to have me executed a short while ago. I expect a proper apology.
Then please accept my apology once more, sir. But given the circumstances...
Given the circumstance? What circumstances?
Sir, poaching is a capital offence.
And are you the king? That you can hand down death sentences? No, you are not. What's more, you had plenty of...
Stai să văd dacă mai am toate itemele în inventar. Tot ce-am furat, adică sunt aici. E în regulă. Adică nu m-am chinuit degeaba. Așa.
Reasons to realize it wasn't a good idea.
Sir, I could not have realized that.
You couldn't have realized. Yes, you could. But then you wouldn't have been able to play the Lord and stage private executions.
Sir, once more I apologize. And now, please allow me to show you to your quarters.
I wouldn't dream of inconveniencing you. I'll find my quarters by myself. Henry, once you're done with that annoying fool, get your horse and we'll meet at the gate.
Well, it seems Lord Capon will not be requiring my services anymore today.
Don't be surprised. My lord doesn't take kindly to those who insist on putting a rope round his neck.
I understand. I expect no one does. In any case, we'd have it a lot easier, your lord and I, if his behavior weren't so redolent of a bandit. Nevertheless, welcome to Trotsky, the finest and biggest castle you shall ever see. Rumor has it that the castle was built on the jaws of hell, and that we're sometimes plagued by demons here. But don't believe a word of it. It's just idle talk to excuse the servants' laziness and incompetence. It's demanding enough keeping everything here running smoothly without any of that. It requires a man of exceptional qualities and talents. By the way, this place is a maze for strangers. It's very easy to get lost.
Da, hai să ne conducă la camera noastră, că aș vrea să ridic și restul echipamentului pe care ni l-a confiscat el.
The jail cells are down there.
Da,
But I
știu,
believe
știu.
you are already fairly well acquainted with that part of the castle, aren't you?
All too well, thanks.
În cui e calul ăsta? Atila.
Here it is. You'll find a bed inside, opposite the door, and a chest where we put your belongings. You'll find some new clothing there, a little gift from our gracious lord, to ensure you're not mistaken for a beggar again. Once you're settled in and properly dressed, stop by the stables. They're beyond the gate, down the path. Ask for Kabat. He was supposed to prepare a horse and tack for you. Or tell him you'll keep your own if you insist. Then he'll give you proper tack at least, so you don't disgrace us.
Thanks. I'm grateful.
As you should be. So, you and I are finished, and I can finally attend to some proper work, so this castle doesn't fall on our heads.
Da, du-te, băiatul meu. Și așa Zi, mersi că ai scăpat cu viață. Chiar mă gândeam să-i fac felul, ca să zic așa. Pe care cine ne caută cineva. Bun. Așa, ne-am luat echipamentul înapoi. O să le echipez eu, să sortez lucrurile prin inventar, că avem 306 greutate. Trebuie să ne revenim puțin. Bun, o să încheiem aici acest episod. Data viitoare vedem. Aș vrea să merg să caut armura asta, pentru că acum știu care e... Adică știu puțin din ghicitoare. Uite, Maiden and Crow, unde zice? Take your leave of Crown and Maiden. Ăsta, turnul ăsta se numește Maiden, ăsta se numește Crow. Sau Crown, cum se numește? Crown. Bun. Deci trebuie să să mergem aici, să trecem prin pădurea asta și ar trebui să găsim niște peșteri sau ceva de genul ăsta. Da, asta vedem data viitoare. Încheiem aici acest episod. Mulțumesc tuturor celor care ați rămas până la final. Dacă v-a plăcut acest video, nu uitați să lăsați și un like, subscribe. Eu am fost Mr. M și ne vedem data viitoare.